Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name is Chris, and today I will be bringing you the first of my process videos for the May 2020 For the Love of Homemade Kits. And today I am using this sketch that is from Design Honey, and it looks like it was made by Michelle Singh. This was a layout that was shared on Christina Sorge's Facebook page, Redefine Creative. And so I had eyed it up for some pictures that I had of my grandkids that were flying their kites that they received from their aunt. And so I really love this idea and the sketch, and I actually did it very literal to the sketch. Now, the use of these kites from this Maggie Holmes paper I got from Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. She had also done the sketch and had mentioned this paper, and I went, I have it in my stash. So I dug it out and made sure I added it to my kit this month so that I could use it for this layout. Now, the first kite I cut out with the yellow one, but I didn't put the kite tail. And then from looking at the sketch, I decided I really wanted the kite tail on there. So I recut it with the blue, and actually I'm happy I went with the blue color. I think it went better with the background paper and things that I had. So here I have just two 3x4 photos that I printed together, and I'm going to leave them together, and it just shows the boys with their dad. With one hand you can see the kite, and the other one where they're holding the string. Now I matted the photos onto a piece of my scrap paper that was from Chamel, and I want to say this was from like Go Now Go, and then the other piece of paper also may have been from Go Now Go as well, and it's just the blue one. Now, in the back the sketch, you can see behind the photo cluster, it looks like there's like washi tape or strips behind. So I'm going to go ahead and mimic that. I'm taking the branding strip with the hearts, and I'm going to lay those behind. And then in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and grab some washi and also add strips of washi behind the photos as well. But first, I grabbed some of my scrap paper, and I'm just freehand drawing some clouds. I don't have a cloud punch, and so you don't need to have, again, a lot of special tools to make things. You can just hand cut things. And I ended up not even following what I drew. I ended up just going and free forming my clouds. And then to soften them up a little bit, I had a piece of scrap vellum. And so I did the same thing with the vellum, and I just went ahead and cut two clouds with the vellum and tucked those behind the other clouds. So there's technically five clouds up there, two in the vellum and then two in the brighter white color. And it just kind of gives it that soft, fluffy look like you'd have if you were looking in the sky. So again, you don't need to have a special die. You don't have to have a special die cutting machine. You can just free cut, with some white paper to make your clouds. So in my kit, I had thrown in these acetate pieces that I believe were also from Chamel. I end up not using the kite. It was just, even though there was two kites being flown that day, I decided I only wanted the one bigger kite. But I did grab the acetate that looks kind of like a sun. It's a star with the or sunburst, and I'm going to use that up above. And then you can see here where I'm just going and putting these strips down, and I tore the edges so that it looks like the edges of the washi tape, how you tear them off as well. And I'm just using a little bit of the paper, some green washi, and then a couple strips of blue washi underneath the photos. And then I'll go ahead and mat those down. So once I have that glued down, now I'm just going to go through the little bits that I have in my stash. And one of the things that I had thrown in was these shaker jars, and I really wanted to use those up. So you'll see we'll pull one of those in. First, I'm grabbed my twine, and I am just mimicking what was in the sketch, and I am just going to have the twine like it's flying from the kite, wrapping around the photo. And whenever I do this twine, what I do is I just run a bead of my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive roll the twine into it and, tack down pieces here and there. And I've done this for multiple different layouts for different looks. And I let the natural curves of the twine, so you get those natural loops falling in, just to, it doesn't look forced. And I just let it fall where it wants, and I glue it down however it fell onto the page. So I'm just tacking that all the way around. And again, just use your Scotch Quick Dry adhesive or any kind of liquid glue that you have, and it will just hold it in place. So now that I have that glued down, again, I'm going to go through the bits, and you're going to see that I'm going to grab that mason jar shaker, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Oh, I guess I'm going to do that after this. First, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fussy cut out a bunch of the flowers. In the sketch, you'll find that on the string, there's different bits along with having flag pieces. There's the flowers that are glued around. So you're going to see here where I'm going to go ahead and glue those down along the string. And I'm grabbing some butterflies. Here's the shaker pocket. I know I was teasing you with that. I'm going to use that at the bottom. I grabbed the yellowish orange one because I liked how it matched the strip going across the center. And it just has like butterflies, orange bits, flowers, and things. And again, bringing that springtime look in. Now, in my box, it wasn't in my original kit, but I had found it just on my desk and had thrown it in there. I had this cork hello, and the H actually broke off of it. So I decided I wanted to use that. So I'm making my title to be, I was going to say Hello Spring and just write it out with the tile letters. But then in the Paige Evans sticker sheet, I found the one that said sunshine. So because this is one of our first really pretty nice days that they were able to get out and fly their kites in April, I just said hello sunshine, and I thought that was appropriate for this great spring day. And now I'm going, and I had on my desk, I'm backing some cut files that I had that were sitting around for another project. And I had my Citrus Twist, or not, was it Citrus? No, Citrus Bliss. It's a pink paisley 6x6 paper pad that I'm using to back the cut file. And so these were just sitting on my desk. They were the right colors with the oranges, the blues, and the yellows. So I went ahead and cut my banner pieces with those pieces that were just sitting on my desk. And again, I'm going to run them like literally like it showed in the sketch. I'm going to run those along the string. And then I'm going to make clusters of flowers along it as well. And that's what I'm just doing. And all I'm doing, I'm not being, every other color or trying to be specific. I'm just spreading the colors out so that there's not one bunch of colors in any one place. And I'm leaving gaps like the sketch showed. There's gaps of the flags throughout. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue all those down with Scotch Quick Dry. Then I am also going to glue down, I had those 2 butterflies that I cut out. They're going to go above the title and just show that they're flying. Again, I'm just trying to represent that spring day out in the yard, that warm feeling that you get. Now here's where I'm taking those flowers that I fussy cut, and I am just spreading those out. After I get done gluing these down, I'm going to grab that piece of paper again, and I'm going to fussy cut some yellow ones out and also some blue ones out. So while I glue these down, just make sure that you go in the description box below and check out the links for the others that are following along. That, or you can, I think a lot of them are hashtag for the love of homemade kits. You can search. I know that there's a few more this month than have been in the past, so make sure you check everybody else out. They should be releasing them. Most release on Mondays, but if not, they're just sporadically doing it through the month. See how they're using this kit recipe and also what kind of layouts they make. There's some really good inspiration going on through here. And now I'm just getting these glued down. And I really like how this kit turned out. I'm kind of excited to see how these layouts are going to turn out. This one definitely is one of my favorites so far that I've made, because it really came out the way I envisioned it to, and that sketch was just a cool sketch. So here I'm cutting out the blue ones. I won't make you watch every one of them. I'll just cut a couple, and the magic of editing, they're all done. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle those down around it. Now, after I get these down, the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to sprinkle some Heidi Swapp Color Shine in gold around the layout, just following the string. And then I'm also going to go ahead and take my pen after I glue these flowers down, and I'm just going to make a black border going all the way around, and then I will outline the white clouds with some faux stitching, and I will do a little bit of black on each of the little banners so that they stand out a little bit more. And here's where I'm going and putting that, doing that little, just one little line going around it, and then doing the faux stitching. Now, if you wanted to get out a sewing machine, I think this would be really cute to have it stitched, or even to go, if you hand stitch, to be able to stitch around those clouds. I think would make it have a good look. Now, the vellum ones I'm leaving alone. I just thought that they looked soft, like they were off in the distance, and I didn't want to go ahead and do anything with those. Off camera, you'll see in the still photos, is I had gone and taken some lime green sequins and ran them along the string. You can see in the sketch, it almost looks like there's sequins attached to the string. And so I wanted to mimic that look as well. So I will give it a little bit of a glimmer with the sequence that will go on there. The only thing that I didn't like is that blob of Heidi Swapp Color Shine that went on there, but what can you do? Just got to embrace the imperfections. So here's my close-ups. Again, I want to thank you for checking my video out, and stay tuned. I will have another one to make up for last Monday. I just haven't had a time. And also check out all the others that were in the group this month. Have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.